Melvin Boyce is a meditative movement educator and spoken word artist based in Los Angeles. He holds a master's degree in sociology from Illinois State University in addition to his holistic wellness certifications. In 1996, Melvin formed a partnership with Wendy Raquel Robinson and began teaching at Amazing Grace Conservatory in South LA. For more than 2 decades, Melvin has taught over 9,000 young people and adults in youth centers, gang intervention and prevention programs, and studios across the United States. Melvin is an emotional literacy youth yoga wellness educator working with children of all ages in Los Angeles County. He frequently releases original meditation and music projects on Bandcamp and was recently featured on the Michael Colyar Morning Show. Through his years of experience, Melvin has learned that most adults are healing from childhood wounds. So when they get the opportunity to live inside the childlike mind, true self-healing can begin. He encourages everyone to breathe through your story. Melvin's classes have been a soothing solace for me on the left coast, and I'm forever grateful he agreed to bless the project with a gentle movement and meditation practice. I hope you enjoy.
Hello everybody, my name is Yogi Melvin and I'm from Spoken Yoga. And the concept of spoken yoga is using your breath as a language. And who are you speaking to with that language? You're using your breath to speak to the nervous system. You're using your breath to speak to the glands in your body. You're using your breath to still and calm the mind. So that's what we're going to practice today. Some of the most powerful action that we can take is stillness. It's just to be, right? We're not human doings, we're human beings. So what I want you to do right now is gently close the eyes. And for this journey, you just really need to focus on my voice. So what I'd like you to do right now is to take your hands and pull the flesh away from the sit bone or the tailbone area until you feel those 2 bones on each side of the glutes. And what do we do on these bones? We sit. So begin to take those sit bones and gently press them into the yoga mat, press them into the floor. And think about the word open. If I gave you a bag of chips and I said, stretch these bag of chips for me, you could stretch the bag, but the bag would still be closed. If I asked you to open the bag of chips, not only could you receive the chips, but you would add space to that bag. So we're not going to stretch today, we're going to open, meaning that we're going to ground the lower body as the upper body reaches for the sky. So begin to press the sit bones through the floor as you bring your awareness to the navel area and gently take that navel and pull it in and up. Feel yourself grow a little taller. And then bring your awareness to the shoulders as you take a deep inhale in through the nose, give a gentle squeeze. As you exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. And just that beautiful tiny motion, you can begin to feel the heart lift. Now I want you to imagine that you're going to take a pencil and place it underneath your chin, and you're going to take that and connect it to the collarbone. This should begin to feel lovely in the back of the neck. The back of the neck should feel nice and long. Keep the back of the neck nice and long as you bring your chin away from your chest. Now the front of your throat is nice and long. And just see how you feel in what we call a pose or a posture. And another word for posture is attitude. You walk into a room, just by the way you're standing, one can tell what you're moving through in your emotions. So begin to sit up nice and tall, grounding those sit bones through the floor as the upper body begins to reach for the sky. I want you to begin to imagine that there's a cord right in the middle of your crown and it's pulling you to the sky as the shoulders roll back. And just begin to sit in this stillness. If it feels uncomfortable, that's not the goal. Anytime you feel uncomfortable on this journey, stop. You can get a pillow or a prop that makes you feel better. Then continue on with this spoken yoga journey. I want you to gently take your left ear as it falls to your left shoulder. As you take a gentle inhale, begin to roll the neck back, letting that throat open. As you exhale, begin to bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Continue that exhale as you squeeze the chin lightly to the chest. Just begin to continue to make this circle. Now, we're going to add what's called a mantra or a short poem or a word while we're moving. So as you inhale through your nose, I want you to mentally say, I am. And as you exhale and your chin reaches for the chest, I want you to mentally say, so present. I am so present. Now the style of breathing we're going to do is going to be in through the nose and like you're fogging up a mirror out through the mouth. And then take it in the opposite direction. Gently squeeze the chin to the chest as you bring the chin parallel to the floor. And just begin to sit up even taller in that stillness right now. Remember, you can keep the eyes relaxed. Just listen to my voice. Allow my voice to guide you through these gentle, restorative breathing and gentle movements. Now I want you to allow the arms to rest towards the inner legs. As you take a gentle inhale, roll the shoulders up as you give a gentle squeeze. As you exhale, roll the shoulders down and forward. Take a gentle inhale, roll the shoulders up, give a gentle squeeze. As you exhale, roll the shoulders down and forward. Now, in the last movement, we took our inhale through the nose and we exhale through the mouth. And I want you to remember what that sound was like. You're going to make that same sound on the exhale, but this time you're going to keep the mouth closed. You're going to exhale through your nose, and you're going to hear a gentle whisper in the back of the throat as you take your shoulders back in the opposite direction. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. Beautiful. Now take your hand, gently place them on your knees. As you inhale, I want you to begin to circle the waist forward. As you exhale, roll the chin back, squeeze it to the chest. So if you're confined to the floor right now, beautiful. If you're confined to a wheelchair or a chair, beautiful. If you're confined to a bed right now, beautiful. Any of those blissful range of movements that you may have, you still have the breath. And that's the main focus. So begin to inhale as you roll forward. Begin to exhale as you bring the chin back to the chest. Now keep those sit bones pressing through the floor. Take it in the opposite direction, please. Take a deep inhale in through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and sit up nice and tall. As you continue to sit up nice and tall on those sit bones, I want you to gently close the eyes again. And I want you to begin to feel the space that you've created in the body. This pose right here in Sanskrit, which is a language from India, is called Sukhasana. Sukha means easy pose, to sit up in ease. So once again, you should have a level of comfort here, not pain, maybe sensation. Take a gentle inhale in through the nose, exhale through the nose. Beautiful. So as we go on this breathing journey, we're going to focus on the 4 emotions that we move through throughout the day. We move through joy, fear, anger, and sadness. So those 4 emotions can peak throughout our day. Sometimes we'll get stuck in joy. Sometimes we'll get stuck in anger. Sometimes we'll get stuck being sad. But when you realize that that emotion is not serving you the most present possibility in that moment, you use the breath to move through that emotion and get back to that balanced emotion that you need in that moment. So the first emotion that we're going to work on is the emotion of anger. Now, don't believe me. Some of my 3rd grade yoga students told me that it takes 16 muscles to smile and 62 muscles to frown. So when you frown, you're gripping up, you're holding, you're doing a lot of work when you frown. So I just want you to begin to sit up nice and tall. Now, when we're angry, there's one thing that we cannot do, and that's fall asleep. When have you ever seen anybody so angry that they just knocked out? Because when you're angry, you're in the sympathetic nervous system. That's the fight or flight. When you're angry, you're in the sympathetic nervous system. That's the fight or flight. We're gripping up, we're ready to run. When you're in the parasympathetic nervous system, that is the rest and digest. And that's what we want to go to when we find ourselves angry. So as you roll the shoulders back, you're going to bring the arms up. Imagine there's a clock around you. You're going to have the thumbs pointing towards each other. You're going to bring the arms to 60 degrees. So one arm is at 11 o'clock on the clock, the other is at 1 o'clock on the clock. Now there's a style of breathing we're going to practice right now that's called breath of fire. It's through the nose, and it sounds kind of interesting. And what this does is it really gets toxins out of the liver. Liver is where the emotion of anger lives. So the way it is you put your hands on your stomach, and it's a rapid breathing. You inhale, rapidly would be if you feel embarrassed to do that, they say when we feel embarrassed is when we put our ego on pause. And we definitely want to put our ego on pause when we're doing things that bring us wellness. So have fun with it. Put the hands on the belly and begin that rapid breathing. Beautiful. Now you're going to take the hands back to 60 degrees, and for 1 minute we're going to work on that breath of fire. And remember, Inhaling, I am is the thought, and as you exhale, so present. So if something made you mad before you begin this practice today, and you're still angry, you're back in that past thought. If you know you may have to deal with the situation that made you angry after your practice, and you're thinking about that right now, you've taken your mind into the future. And the goal is to come back to the present. So here we go. Put that smile on your face. All we're doing is getting well. And let's go. Take a deep inhale in. Hold it. Look up at your thumbs. Let your thumbs touch. Exhale out of your mouth. Bring the arms down. And just sit up nice and tall. Take a moment to be still. Pay attention to how you feel after that practice. Pay intention to the thoughts that are going through. And allow the eyes to roll towards each other as they meet right at the bridge of the nose. Gently open the eyes. And imagine if there was a person that made you angry before your practice today, and they walked right into the room right now. You may be so centered, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna deal with that later. Or you know what? Kind of made a mountain out of a molehill. So beautiful. Now we're going to practice that one more time. This time, remember, inhaling, I am. Exhaling, so present. I am so present. Bring the arms back up. One at 11, one at 1 p.m. on the clock. And let's begin. Inhale. Bring the thumbs up to touch. Open up the hands. Exhale down out of the mouth. Beautiful. And just sit in that bliss that you created. I'm just the guide. You're doing the healing work. Beautiful, beautiful journey so far. And that breath of fire, was to balance the anger that's moving through our system. Because when we're angry, we're heated. And that breath took that heat to another level and moved out the heat that you don't need. Just like when you go camping, you drop a spoon down, you can't use it, but you can heat it and then you can sterilize it and use it again. So instead of sterilizing yourself, you create stability in yourself. So sit back up nice and tall. And for all my surfers out there, we go like this. Mahalo, thank you. So go ahead and bend the 3 middle fingers in as your thumb, your pinky are extended. And I want you to try to bring them close to each other. Now I want you to think about the emotion of fear. When we have fear, we kind of have an extra heat and an extra cold moving through the body. You may shiver in fear. You may become a doe in headlights, meaning you become frozen in fear. Not still, right? But frozen. And we want to become still so that we can move through that fear. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumbs like this and your pinky and extend them. Let me tell you something amazing about the breath. The right nostril only takes in heat. The left nostril only takes in cool air. So right now what you're going to do is you're going to close your left nostril. With your right nostril open, we're going to take in a gentle inhale through the right nostril. Close that nostril. Remove the other thumb from the other nostril. Exhale through the open nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. Close that nostril. Open the right. Exhale out. So that's the flow of that exercise, of that practice. So sit up nice and tall. You may need to pull the flesh back away from the sit bones. And here we go for 1 minute. Enjoy the journey. Beautiful. And just sit up nice and tall. Pay attention to the sounds around you. Pay attention to how you feel after that breathing practice. And we'll do that one more time. Here we go. Beautiful. Sit up nice and tall. Of course, you're practicing right now. You're not talking like I am right now. But even if you listen to my voice seems a little calmer after that practice. So imagine being in a conversation that you feel fear in, speaking to someone that you perceive as an authority, speaking to someone that is tough to share your authentic truth with. When that fear is balanced, you'll be more prone to speak your truth. And that keeps you so healthy, especially your thyroid gland, which we call our gland of communication. So sit up nice and tall as you allow the arms to relax. Now we have a couple more breathing exercises that we're going to journey through. But I want you just to sit for a moment in stillness and begin to listen to all the sounds around you before we journey to those last two breathing exercises. Just begin to see how you feel right now. This journey is not about perfection. It's about practice and purpose. And our purpose with these breathing exercises is to calm the nervous system, bring our emotions back to balance. So when it's time to make certain decisions, we make them from a place of being present in that moment, not feeling rushed, not feeling lethargic, but really feeling present. And when you make the decision from a present place, you tend to judge yourself less. We have the tendency to sometimes judge ourselves when we make certain actions or certain choices. We only do it because we're in a certain state of our nervous system. So beautiful work as you roll the shoulders back, chin away from chest. You know, always remember, you can sit cross-legged, you can sit with the legs out. If you're in the bed, you can have the legs nice and long. So I want you to take another deep inhale in through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. So we worked on breathing exercises that can bring us back to balance when we're angry. We've worked on breathing exercises that can bring us back to balance when we're in a state of fear. So now we're going to focus on the state of sadness. Think about sadness. We usually get sad from some kind of news, from some kind of outcome not working out the way we want it to. And that can get so programmed in our thoughts that a moment may have happened 7 years ago, but that thought can come back and sadness can happen in the present moment. So I want you to think about when you see something that really throws you off. You have a tendency to go, and then you get stuck. And then, we breathe shallow. But when you control that breath coming in and then gently release it out, you can catch that sad moment and come back to balance. So I want you to listen, and if you want, you can watch right here to this breath. So I take it in like I just received some shocking news. Then I close my mouth and I exhale through my nose. So even when you hear the breath, if the eyes are closed, the breath sounds like there's something stressing me, there's something worrying me, there's some sadness, but I catch it before I exhale and I smoothly let it go through my nose. So we're gonna give that a practice. Roll the shoulders back, keep that smile on your face. Even if it's fake, it still only takes 16 muscles to smile. So beautiful work. Here we go. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the nose. Beautiful. Just pay attention to how you feel right now. You can keep the eyes closed and relaxed. Pay attention to if you're gripping the toes, gripping the feet, if you're gripping the arms or gripping the fingers, gripping the shoulders. Let that go. Let that sadness go on the exhale. And let's give that one more practice. Here we go. feeling so vibrant right now. I hope you're feeling so much more present in the moment. I know I am. Beautiful. So sit back up nice and tall. And let's focus on an emotion, the fourth of all of our emotions. That's a beautiful state to be in, and that's joy. But you might say, well, why would I want to move through joy? Well, joy sometimes has a close cousin they call manic. So sometimes that joy can be too lifted, and you maybe take that joy into a moment where you can't control the physical body, you can't control your speech. You don't need to get rid of that joy, you just need to bring that joy so that instead of it being on fire, that joy is simmering. You can cook some of the best things in the world by simmering first. So sit back up nice and tall. We call this victory breath because you're going to take a gentle inhale through the nose. You're going to press your tongue against the roof of the mouth, and you're going to exhale through your nose. Now the tongue to the roof of the mouth is important because that's touching a nerve of the brain called the vagus nerve. And that nerve allows us to have confident speech. It allows us to relax when we're in a moment. So roll the shoulders back. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Press the tongue against the roof of the mouth. Exhale through the nose. So when we do this style of breathing, you're going to feel the stomach fill up. You're going to feel the chest rise. And you're going to feel the breath, imagine it reaching into the collarbone. When you exhale out of the nose, you'll empty out the collarbone. You empty out the chest. And you'll empty out the belly. Those are 3 portions. So take a gentle inhale in. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. You feel closer to that victory, the victory of being present in the moment. Just begin to sit up nice and tall on those sit bones as we begin to practice that one more time. Don't forget the mantra. As you inhale, I am. As you exhale, so present. Here we go. Beautiful work. Beautiful practice today as we journey through the emotional balancing of anger, sadness, fear, and joy. And this practice can go on all day long, no matter what you're in. If you're in a state of work, a state of rest, a state of activity, a state of play, you can always practice being connected to the breath. being honest with ourselves, knowing that no matter how amazing a day is, at some point we move through one of those 4 major emotions. So beautiful practice. I want this to be something that you don't talk about or think about when we leave. I want it to be something you practice about. This is a practice. It's an alive workbook. So take the palms, rub them together. I hope you still have that real or fake smile on your face. Take the thumb as you take the palms, rub them together. Take the thumb as you press it into the center of the heart. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now take this final inhale in together. It's a beautiful language called Sanskrit, and there's a word in Sanskrit called namaste, defined in many ways. The way we'll define it today is the light and the teacher in me respects the light and the teacher in you. So put those thumbs back in the center of the heart. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale out. Namaste. Thank you so much for going on this spoken yoga experience. My name is Yogi Melvin, and I hope to practice with you soon.